Good evening, I'm Nigel Robertson. We are following breaking news from inside Greenville's Haywood Mall, where 2 people were shot and injured earlier this afternoon. Shortly after the shooting, a viewer sent us this video. It shows dozens of law enforcement officers outside the Belk and several people standing outside of the building. We have team coverage tonight from the Haywood Mall, starting with our Caitlin Ashbaugh, who arrived at the mall shortly after the shooting. Caitlin.
Nigel, as you can see, an active scene behind me, but contained, a lot less than what we saw earlier when we first got on scene around 2 o'clock today, when Greenville authorities described it as a sea of lights, as hundreds of first responders and law enforcement officers rushed to this chaotic scene. You could see people all around the mall on the outskirts calling loved ones, asking people what was going on. I mean, it was just something, as you mentioned, right, harrowing. And now we can confirm from Greenville authorities that 2 people were shot in this instance. They were sent to the hospital. We can also confirm that several people are in custody because of this incident. We are looking to learn the ages of those and the conditions of those who were involved, the victims and the people of interest in this case. We do know police arrived on scene just after 1 p.m. and that's around the same time we started receiving these tips from people who were inside the mall. They remember hearing a series of gunshots before being rushed into lockdown at nearby stores. And we spoke with witnesses off camera who said that they remember shattered glass, blood, panic, a terrifying day for families and the nearby business owners.
I stepped outside and I saw a whole lot of a scene. It was a totally different scene, like a lot of ambulance and cops and SWATs and everything, anxiety level and everything. I'm very nervous right now.
At this time, no word yet on when it will reopen. Very limited details from law enforcement, they say, as this is an active investigation. But we are being told that they're working diligently inside at this time. But Greenville police can confirm to us at this time there's no danger to the public. Reporting in Greenville, Caitlin Ashbaugh, WYFF News 4.
Caitlin, thank you very much. Our team coverage from the Haywood Mall continues now with our Leah Phillips. And Leah, you spoke with someone who was inside the mall.
That's right, Nigel. We spoke to multiple people who were inside of this mall, and there's really no other way to describe what we saw earlier today than just utter devastation from these people. I mean, this is where they work, this is where they come to shop, and it was a scary, like you said, harrowing scene in those moments following that gunfire. Now, we spoke with Latonia Rosemond, who was inside of a store here, and she said that she heard those gunshots go off in succession. She heard the people screaming and running, and that's when she and her coworkers took cover, were able to lock up their shop and hold safe for just a few moments while the police were able to come and patrol the scene.
It was a strong, loud bang. So at first, I thought maybe someone had just dropped something, but then when they came off in succession, I knew it was something more, and then, like I say, people started running and screaming, so I understood and knew it was more, but I looked and I saw the glass, so I knew they were upstairs. So.
Now, Rosemond did say, just like Caitlin mentioned earlier, that response from Greenville police was rapid, and they were really only in that quarantine lockdown for about 20 to 30 minutes before they were able to exit the building and head on outside where they were waiting with loved ones. And that was a common reoccurring thing that we saw from a lot of people today, as they described feelings of fear. We spoke to parents who were coming to pick up their children and said that it was a scary conversation to have, hearing that their child was inside of this mall when those shots went off. Now, we also had the opportunity to speak with a business owner, Sunny Enam, who shared that this is a reoccurring pattern that he's seeing concerns with regarding safety here at the mall, and it's something that he would like to see addressed.
Listen, the thing is that times are changing. With times, technology changes, security concerns change. I think that they should provide adequate security. That's 2026, not 1996. We pay enough, and I think that they should reinvest it to make sure the community is safe. I want my son, my family, anybody visiting the mall to be safe. You know, I mean, I had to tell my son today that you're not allowed to go to the mall till I feel comfortable and I own a business there.
Now, right now on your screen, you're seeing video from inside of his store here at the Haywood Mall during the aftermath of that lockdown. You can see that officer patrolling the area with that firearm. Definitely, like you mentioned earlier, a scary, devastating scene for employees and customers alike. Now, just moments ago, within the recent half hour, we did see those employees, customers being let back inside of the mall. But again, this is an ongoing investigation. So stay with us as we work to learn more. That's both on air and online at WYFF4.com. For now, reporting live in Greenville, I'm Leah Phillips, WYFF News 4.
Powerful video there, Leah. Thank you very much. Greenville police say it will be some time before the mall is cleared, so they have set up a pickup area outside the mall. Officers say for anyone that was dropped off at the mall earlier today, they have a pickup area on the ground floor of the Dillard's parking garage. Police say a Green Link bus with AC has been brought in to help people stay cool while they wait. There is no word tonight on when the mall will reopen. We will continue to bring you the latest on this breaking news at the Haywood Mall as it develops. For the latest updates, you could also turn to WYFF4.com and the WYFF4 mobile app.